if I need to pass someone to write pass on the pit board, and he had passed the whole race. So I was just trying to get the guy in front of me, pushing as hard as I could, and the track was really fun. I had a blast out there, and everyone else was riding so amazing, got off to a good start, and just had fun.
At one point of the race, the top 3 guys, finished 1, 2, 3, they were all tied. So those guys had to actually beat another one, but you slipped up and you were the dark horse and you take the championship. Got to be excited. Tell us all about it.
I mean, it feels so amazing. I've dreamed about this so many times, and for it to become a reality, it's just awesome. Best feeling in the world.
Who do you want to thank?
I'd like to thank my mom and dad so much for supporting me throughout all this. The whole Crown family for supporting me so much. Defiance Lifestyle, Rob over there just supporting us. Atlas, Rhino Power, Dragon, Fly, Rhino Power, Orthoflex, Moto Park, Yamaha, anyone else I forgot. Thanks, guys, so much. I really appreciate it.
So now after this win, what are we going to see you next? You stepping up? What are we going to do?
Not sure yet. We still got one more Schoolboy 2 moto, and then we'll go from there, see what happens.
This guy's going to Disney World. All right, Marco Canella, congratulations. Great job out there. Here's the bubbly. Pop the champagne. Get in the mix. It's time to celebrate our national championship winner, Marco Canella.
Your sound system can't contain Wes Kane. That was an awesome schoolboy battle. Congrats out to Marco Canella, and also congrats to John Danes and everyone who runs our result system, because without their help, there is no chance even by now we would have figured out who won that title. So big thanks to John Danes, Trackside, and everyone from My Laps for helping make this possible. Now into the 10 to 11 65 class, Crockett Myers with your Bell helmets, whole shot, and leading near the end of lap 1. But here comes Max Voland.
Looks like Crockett might have had a little bit of problems in the earlier races with the 4.9 moto scores in his first 2 motos right now. But coming away with the Bell helmets, whole shot, he's trying to show everybody that, hey, I'm one of the top contenders as well.
Max Voland, great performances earlier in the week. 1-1, second right now would be enough to make him champion, but he wants to go after Myers anyway. Here they are, back behind the billboards. Whoa! Crockett Myers able to get the wheels in front of Voland.
Yes, Maximus Voland, this is his second year in the class coming back. That's why he's running the number 2. So he finished second last year. He wants to walk away with this with the number 1 plate.
Max has been pretty strong the last few years here, but this would be, if he gets it, his first championship. Wants to join his dad and his uncle, who locked down titles in the early days here at the ranch. Here comes Grandpa Ferry scouting. He and Gary Bailey now talking. I cannot imagine the amount of motocross knowledge, the amount of races that those two have seen.
Be some great
It's a good race. Yeah, it'd be some good bench racing right there. We need to get a microphone on that. Speaking of good racing, Max Voland going after Crockett Myers
Looks
again.
like he made the pass. Yes, Maximus Voland was able to make the pass into the lead. But Crockett Myers not letting him have it easy. He's coming back, and let's see. Maybe they'll be done battling by the time they get to us, but hopefully not.
Voland just didn't lift around the outside, that left-hander.
And they're still side by side right now coming down to the beach before they come over the Rocky Mountain Mountain.
Great fight as they're in there, 2 different lines. I believe Voland has finally made the pass stick. And now back into view, Voland. Got those distinctive handguards. That makes it that much easier for us. I'm sure he's got a good discount going from Cherby's since his dad works there. Whoa! Bouncing, leaping across those braking bumps.
Yes, at least braking bumps for the big bikes. For these guys right now, they're just big sand rollers. They're just trying to lean back and wheelie a manual along them as the best they can navigate through these just tough sections here.
And now I have to go back and tell my story. The first year I was here at Loretta's, the old AMA sports manager at the time, Steve Carnegie. I said, man, I haven't really seen many 65 races. I'm from New Jersey. They don't even have a 65 class. Dude, you see a kid with a good style on a 65. It looks awesome. There's a Blake Baggett out here. Unbelievable style on a 65. Some of the 65 kids had the best style out here. And that's what you're seeing right now. Max Voland and Crockett Myers. Dude, they got good style. Look at Myers coming back after him.
If I would have closed my eyes right now, I think I just would have pictured Steve Carnegie talking.
You remember
just
Steve,
right
yeah.
me.
He was raving about this 9-year-old Blake Baggett kid. What did he ever turn out to be?
Yeah, look at him now.
Crockett Myers trying to get Volan back. We're on the long short shoot. And Wyatt Matson back in third. Big good run for Matson, who had a 9.7 in the first 2 motos. Back to third now.
Followed by him is Chase Prince, then Evan Ferry, Dakota
Nice swap.
Aldridge, Jack Walker, Justin Allens, and Bryce Shelley. And then followed by Gavin Towers, round out your top 10.
Total teamwork up here. The power trio, Kane, Wygant, and this guy, riding like a veteran. He's been around the ranch a long time. First time in the booth with us. Good job, Sean Hackley. Good to have you on board.
Well, thank you. But right now, Maximus Volan is out front, and he's trying to open up himself a nice lead. He's looking good, taking some good lines. He saw that there were some big braking moments right there on the inside, so he goes to the middle of this line. Maybe next lap he'll go outside and check that one out too. But at the same time, Crockett Myers is not letting him fly away.
Crockett Myers with a 5.4 coming into this, or sorry, a 4.9 coming into this. So he is not competition title-wise for Volan. So let's see how Volan plays this. Old Uncle Tyson might want to tell him to back her down.
Yeah, because right now he has a 10-point lead over the second-place rider, who is in 4th place at the current moment, Chase Prince.
Don't throw it away, Max Voland. He's riding awfully hard to try to hold this lead. Crockett Myers applying some pressure again.
And they have a pretty big gap right now over Wyatt Matson in 3rd place. So they're looking at about 12 seconds, but they have a great battle going out in front. So they're really not worried about what's going on behind them.
Long short shoot. Voland leading Myers, and you called it, that 11-second gap. If Volan were to make a mistake, he could still conceivably get up in 2nd place, but you don't want to even take the chance of going down. Maybe this is the pace he's comfortable running.
Absolutely. We never really think about that. Like, hey, you should slow down and let that rider go. Well, hey, I could be comfortable at this pace. We're just riding and having a little bit of fun out here.
Yeah, I always say they don't have calculators on the handlebars. They can't just set the dial and be like, turn it to 97%. I'm going to go 97%.
Or they could have like their smartphone in like their back pocket or something like that with Bluetooth. Like, hey Siri, just do the calculations for me.
Help me. That's one of the few that could have probably figured out that schoolboy class. Well, it was a super schoolboy class we just had. I love watching these kids manual through this rough stuff on those 65s. Little Travis Pastrana's there manualing across the top of everything.
And it's pretty cool looking at this age right now. They could be riding their pit bikes around their 110s or something like that. And in all reality, that's good practice for them. Just good bike control because their bike is pretty much the exact same size. Oh, it looks like the lead opened up a little bit. I saw Crockett Myers make a small mistake. I don't know if he went down or anything, but no, he's right there.
Weren't you the one telling me you could ride in a parking lot and get something out of it, skill-wise?
Absolutely. I love riding on 2 wheels. I can do anything. As long as I'm on my bike, I'm happy.
That's cool. Voland, he's happy right now. He's leading it and just starting to edge away. There's a few sections, though. This area right here seems to favor Crockett Myers in 2nd. So we'll see if Crockett Myers can close in past the billboards. Excellent observations, deep analysis coming from within the realms of the RacerTV box, the jail cell. There's so much work to do down there. We just bring them in, lock the door on a Monday afternoon, and we do not let them out. We have a little mail slot. We just drop in some raw steaks and a fire hose, just turn it on a trickle, get some water out of that. RacerTV crew just locked in that box. And when they go out in the sunlight about 4 o'clock on Saturday, just going to see like a flash fire. Have not been outside in 5 days. I'm serious. You folks go past the announcer's tower. It's not very visible. It's doesn't seem like anything crazy, but there's a beige, gray, steel box, and that's where the RacerTV crew is working out of. They can't break out, can't break free, and if they start getting crazy in there, we'll have Wes Kane tip it over. It literally does have bars on the windows. So many people want our proprietary technology. I guess that's why. Can't get inside that thing, and also can't get around Maximus Volan. It's like Volan has a set of bars around him as well. Everything Crockett Myers tries to do to break him down, just can't quite get there.
Yes, you know, obviously Maximus has been dealing with this all week. He's had a pair of aces coming in here.
Nice.
And hey, he's trying to do, you know, 3 of a kind right now, just a 1-1-1 and take that easy victory. Well, I wouldn't say easy victory, but, you know, to determine the overall factor with the 1-1-1, obviously we know who the championship's going to go to.
That's right. Make it easy on us. Here we go. Big sweeper, right-hander for our leaders. Chase Prince has gotten around Wyatt Matson, so he is 3rd. And Evan Ferry up to 5th. We've seen some real signs here from Ferry. He's one of the younger kids in this class. He could come back next year, and he has been top 5 level throughout the week. So good job, Evan Ferry. We could expect potentially big things from him next year. He'd like to be where Maximus Voland is, and that's a really good sign for the sport to see so many good second-generation riders coming up through the ranks. It reminds me of seeing Josh Hansen out here. He was one of the first sons of a former pro and a former champion superstar, Lil Haney. Just Haney now. Somewhere along the way, the Lil got dropped. Remember, Lil Haney had to actually race Jeff Emig in his 250A class. When he's here, Emig made a comeback. And Emig was cool. He said, listen, I'll race 1 age class, but I don't think it's fair for me to beat 2 age classes. So I'll always run the fastest class, see how I do, and 1 age class. So he ran like 30 plus or something and 250A, and he was able to beat Haney. I think he might have actually lost the age class, but beat the A class or something.
I think the same thing too.
Yeah,
you know? And
yeah.
Hey, we have Robbie Raynard here, Sebastian Tortelli. He's going to have a lot of tough competition coming back if he decides to do that.
Yeah, he was going to go 40. Maybe someday we'll get Emig back here. Are these guys still going at it? Are you kidding me?
They're just going hard this is the last moto. You know, maybe for some of these riders, this is their last race of the week. So it's about time that you give it all you have right now. Just leave it all on the line and try to come away with a moto win or a overall championships.
Interesting thing, Crockett Myers, 2nd place rider, doesn't even have the helmet, just runs the coonskin cap. Davey Crockett Myers in 2nd, the coonskin bell helmet. Got the flowy tail there in the back. Soft cushion, but probably not very well ventilated. That's going to be tough on a hot day like this. Davey Crockett Myers in 2nd. Yeah, remember the 3rd moto on the pit board. Crockett Myers. Voland, he just wants to win this one. I mean, Myers has been all over him for 3 or 4 laps. He made the pass. Myers has not let him go. Ferry keeps charging. Chase Prince still 4th. No, not still 4th. He was 3rd. Wyatt Matson got him back. So those two, the 13 of Matson, the 37 of Prince, swapping it. 3rd and 4th. Evan Ferry 5th. Hunter Yoder, bad start for him. He's up to 6th. Hunter Yoder had a 2-2 coming into this one. He was the rider in the best position to try to upset Voland, but a bad start. He's 6th. Still probably going to be 2nd overall, though, Hunter Yoder. Dakota Aldridge, 7th. Jack Walker! Walk the plank, Jack Walker! He is in 7th. Actually, he's 8th. Aldridge, 7th. Walker, 8th. Bryce Shelley, Justin Allen, top 10. And that rundown brought to you by our good friends at Red Bull. How good of friends are our friends at Red Bull?
I'm not sure. They haven't came in business in a while.
Yeah,
we would talk to those guys.
Yeah, I know. I want to see how good and friendly they are. If they could maybe stop by with a care package or two. Long days here at the ranch. Hackley's got to drive back to Texas, man. He's going to need some fuel for the road. Oh, okay. We're going to, the folks at the RacerTV box say if they want to drop some Red Bulls in the mail slot, or how they're fed and watered. Actually take some hay bales, bust them up, and just throw some of the hay in there. There you go, guys. Chew on that. Looks like Boland has finally opened up a little bit of a gap.
Yes, I'm not sure if Crockett Myers made a few more mistakes or what not, but Max Smith, they both have been riding great this entire moto, just giving us something to watch and giving us some entertainment. But when it coming down in the closing laps of the race, I think this is going to be the 2-lap card coming out right now. And right now, Max Smith, all he needs to do is just keep it on 2 wheels, avoid the lappers like that. I saw a lapper right next to him just make a mistake, but just keep it on two wheels and keep a safe and smart ride.
Do love watching a kid with a good style on a 65.
Oh, hey, Steve.
He's back. So that should be 2 laps to go?
Yes, 2-lap cart was just out. So not Crockett Myers, I'm sorry, but Max Smith Boland saw the number 2 out, which is his number right now. So he's wanting to see the white flag, 1 lap, so he can have that number 1 plate going over to the podium to talk to Wes Kane.
Next up, we run the 65s back-to-back, so the lines kind of work in for them. So we'll follow it with 65, 7-9. And Ryder D has pants with pockets sewn on them, and they are holding a pair of pocket aces with 2 moto wins. Ryder D Francesco, hey, Nicholas Romano, how you doing? Is second going into that one. And Chance Hymas, consistency in that class is crazy. 1-1, 2-2, 3-3 of our top riders on the gate right now. 65, 7-9. That is about a lap and a half away from being underway.
It is crazy to see all the consistency that they have this year. I haven't really dealt with that before, always seeing just crazy numbers getting mixed up. I remember one year, I think it was in 2003, in the 80 class, I went 5-5-5.
Nice.
And I got 5th.
It actually
happened.
happened.
In front of me was just as consistent as I was.
It actually happened that way.
Yes.
Okay, if you were getting 5th, and 5-5-5 was only enough to get 5th, who else was in that group?
Josh Hill, Nico Izzy.
Nice.
Stroop, I think, was in there.
Dude.
Yeah, it was a pretty stacked class. I was really tall that time. It was about time for me to get onto a big bike, so I had no chance.
I just figure if you could get 3/5 and there's somebody else doing so much better that was only good enough for 5th overall, there must have been some pretty good riders.
Yeah, as well as Osborne.
Dude.
So there was the 4 riders that were in front of me.
Born at the wrong time, man.
Yeah.
Here's Voland headed toward the white flag. Love watching that, man. He jumps into the corner to avoid some of the big bumps as best he can. I mean, he is just hopping all over the place.
Hey, that's what you have to do when you're on a smaller bike. Just treat it like just riding your pit bike, just hitting little doubles. That's about it. Just you don't want to go and soak up in between them because we saw as the 50 riders, they were just swaddling their front wheels. They were flipping over the handlebars. A little bit bigger bikes here, but they can these braking bumps can still put you on the ground.
Oh, we've seen it happen. This very corner right here. Remember Mason Rayner went down in that big 50cc battle earlier. Then his bike broke as he tried to come back. Those 50 classes were high drama at about high noon at the Dude Ranch. It was a heist. So Voland has finally shaken off Crockett Myers. He put in 2 good laps to get that 4-second lead because guess what? The last time around, they matched each other again. 221s, both of them. You cannot get more even on speed than these two.
No, their lap times have been very close. Their fastest lap times were at 2:17.3 versus Crockett Myers 2:17.9. And in the early stages of Moto, they had about maybe a second and a half in between them. So it was just a little bit of gain here, lose here, just battling back and forth on lap times.
Voland is an Orange Brigade rider. I know they've helped out with some training camps on the East and West. We talked about that yesterday. And a little bit earlier with Daxton Bennick, who almost had a moto win. Hosted some riders at his house, some KTM Orange Brigade riders, so they could work on the East Coast terrain. with Tennessee's own Nathan Ramsey, who helps train these riders, rider coach. And a shout out to Christy LeCurl, team manager for Orange Brigade, and also 178 other jobs over at KTM. Maybe, I don't know, just call her Christy anymore. Just call her KTM LeCurl. KTM Christy has been part of KTM since the early days of the Junior Supercross Challenge. And still there, still working with some of the young talent, trying to turn this Orange Brigade team into the best of the best on the amateur side. They're making huge strides in every form of dirt bike racing. Why not also start becoming a dominant force on the amateur end? That's it. Checkered flag is out. Maximus Volan sweeps it. 1, 2, 3. 3 Moto wins, 3 golds, and the #1 plate, his first title here at Loretta's. And that's really cool. We're going to have 2 generations of Volans collecting championships down here at the ranch. And this is the traditional way of doing it, but really the more difficult way. This is not the first time with Talon Volan having a title and Maximus that we've had 2 father-sons getting titles, but a lot of times we saw it happen where the dad gets, say, a vet title, something along those lines. This is in the pure amateur division. It's not the age classes. I'll go look back here. Well, the craziest thing was the first year I think Eli Tomac came here. They were like, oh, this Eli Tomac kid is really fast. He'll probably win a title. And his dad, the mountain bike legend, you know what he did in his spare time? He just came out, won a vet title at Loretta's.
Yes.
No worries. I'm John Tomac. I got this. So, yes, John Tomac is the championship here. Let me look up the Volans real quick.
And coming across the finish line, you know, first place we saw Maximus Volan, followed by Crockett Myers, Wyatt Matson, Hunter Yoda, Chase Prince round out your top 5, Evan Ferry, Jack Walker, Ryan Cannigier, Mark Stone, and Bryce Shelley round out your top 10 this moto.
Yes, Talon Volan, the 1987 125 schoolboy champ. That's 125 youth in your program. Maximus Volan now joins his dad 28 years later with a championship, and also Uncle Tyson, 1984 and 1985. 125A champ and 125 Pro-Am champ here. So that'll be the 4th championship for the Volan gang up there in NorCal. We'll send it to Wes Kane to talk to our top riders.
All right, down here in the podium, finishing 3rd, 65-11. Let's talk to Wyatt Matson. Well, Wyatt Matson up on the podium. Wyatt Matson with a bronze medal, finishing 3rd. Great job up there. Let's have Wyatt Matson up on the podium. And Wyatt Matson coming up here. Congratulations, Wyatt Matson. Good job. Congratulations. Tell us about your race.
It was awesome. I tried to get a whole shot, but I had like top 10, and I rode my own race. Try to keep in front of the battle and everything.
Tell us about the track a little bit.
It was rough, dry, and a little wet in some spaces.
Who would you like to thank for this bronze medal?
Allegan Motorsports for keeping my bike fresh. Seven, Scott, Bell, Garnet, Sandbox Kings, Dunlop, Power Band, Cycle Gear, DC Cobbs, Woodstock ATM, and everybody else. Thank you.
Congratulations out there finishing 3rd. He's going to take the bronze medal, Wyatt Matson. And now, with a silver medal, he's going to finish 2nd in the 65-10-11 Limited and the Bell Helmets Whole Shot Award. Come on up here, Crockett Myers. Crockett Myers, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to put the medal, put you right up here. Slide that medal on. And hold this up high. Give it a round of applause, Crockett Myers. Crockett, congratulations on your Bell Helmets Whole Shot Award. Tell us about your start.
You know, I got a good jump, and it was just a whole good race. With start is 99.9% of the race, so it was good.
You got a second in this race, good enough for a silver medal. Tell us about that and how that feels.
Feels great. First time to be at I had a broke leg last year, so I didn't get to come, but this year I came back strong. Finally got a medal here, and I'm pumped.
Who would you like to thank?
Jesus Christ for keeping me safe, Mom, Dad, Rooster Mix, Scott Goggles, Dunlop, Munn Racing, JT Racing, and everybody else I forgot. Thank you. Oh, Power Band Racing, and Matt Walker.
Congratulations out there, guys. Give it up for Crockett Myers. All right. Good job out there, Crockett. And now, ladies and gentlemen, your Loretta Lynn's Amateur National Champion in the 65 10-11 Limited. Give it up from Grand Bay, California, Maximus Volan. There's the AMA plate, championship plate, and the trophy. Give it up, Maximus Volan. Maximus, congratulations out there. Job well done. Tell us about your race.
Oh, those Dunlop tires, man, they hooked me up good on the start. And the KTM bike just handles so well out there. And I'm just so happy right now. I got a decent start, got out front, pushed hard, got my line settled in, and just won the race.
Tell us what it means for you to win this championship down here.
Oh, it means a lot to me. I've been working at it for the last 3 years, and I finally got it. I'm just so excited, and I'm just super happy.
Who would you like to thank for your success here today at Loretta Lynn's Ranch?
I'd like to thank KTM. They hooked me up really good. I'd like to thank Dunlap, Scott Goggles, Nilo Concepts at Chirby's, my dad, my grandpa, John Moore, my Uncle Tyson, and everybody else. Thank you so much.
Congratulations out there. You're champion, and the champagne celebration is going to begin. Maximus Volan, pop the champagne. Dad, get up here. You've been here before. You know what to do up here. And there you go. Another champion crowned here at the 2015 Loretta Lynn's Amateur National Motocross Championships here at Loretta Lynn's Dude Ranch. And we're going to kick it back up to RacerTV in the Skybox.
Did you see that? Dad had to get down there and show him how to pop that champagne. That is awesome. That's the benefit of having a rider that has won many, many races, big races where they have podium celebrations. Dad helping Maximus Volan pop the champagne, and now Lil D and everybody from FMF. Yeah, we got the big Instagram screen. I'm very confused how that's going to look on Instagram. They'll have an Instagram of an Instagram. They have an Instagram frame. All right, we're going to have a commercial break. We'll be back with 65, 7 to 9.